So the next part of it is analyzing the concepts of spreading and diversifying risk. So this is a kind of an important topic. So we look at how it works. Diversifying risks. See, assume that you are a company and you only sell one kind of a product. See, the problem is selling to one kind of a product is suddenly there might be a new competitor, okay, or suddenly the product might not be that much of fashionable, or customers might have found some other substitute product. So what happens is, if you just depend upon one single product for your income, it might get collapsed, okay, because of so many reasons. Or in the terms of like, so what you can do is, you can, rather than selling just one product, you can sell 3 or 4 products, okay, so that even if there's a new competitor or customers mindset changes, or there's a substitute, a better product available, whatever happens, it only affects one part of your company, okay, or one part of your income. There are still 3 4 products which you are simultaneously selling. So the drop of sales in one product might be helped when you have a lot of other products that you sell. So that is called as a diversifying risks. So in short, people usually tell, should not hold all their eggs in one basket. So diversify. So don't put all the eggs in one basket, put it in a different basket. So they should hold a well diversified portfolio. The same applies to a lot of areas. If you are going to buy just one company's share as an investor, if that one company's share goes down, your entire investment has gone down. If you have bought some 10 companies share, even if one company shares goes down, there are still several more companies, like 9 companies there are, they might go up or down. So the profitability of one part, okay, or the loss of one part is mitigated by the other share. The same thing can even be applied to customers. Assume that you are a company and you are selling to only like like 2 or 3 customers. So what happens is, if those 2 or 3 customers moves away from you, you don't have any customer to sell. So you should have a diversified set of customers. You should be like selling to some 10 20 people, so that even if like 3 people leave you, there are still many customers who are available. So this kind of a problem is usually is what the B2B companies faces. So business to business companies usually have this problem of depending upon just a few customers. So they can use this idea of diversifying their customer base. So how do we know that that we are essentially diversifying or not? The concept of correlation is a statistical measure that indicates a relationship between 2 variables. So we'll have another example here. So with connected to diversification, there's also like another concept called as related and correlated risk. Okay, if with an example, I think we can understand this. So we'll have like this. Assume that you are selling ice creams. Okay, so ice creams sell well in summer. Okay, and they drop out in winter. Okay, so this is how an income pattern will be. If you assume that you are selling umbrellas, or raincoat, you are selling raincoats. If you sell raincoats, your income will be very lower in summer months, but it will be higher in the winter months. So which product you should be selling? Actually, you should be selling both the products. Okay, so if you sell both the products, you will achieve high sales of ice creams in summer and a good sales of raincoats in winter, so that you always have a good amount of sales. So this is what related risks are. Okay, so this is what you can diversify your risks. So related risk is when one risk goes up, another risk also comes together. So that is called as a related or correlated risk. So here we can have 2 concepts here. One is called as positively correlated and negatively correlated. So we can see here, if the 2 series, okay, if 2 assets or products or anything you take, if 2 series move together, they are positively correlated. If the series moves in opposite direction, they are negatively correlated. Okay, so in order to diversify project risk and thereby reduce the firm's overall risk, the projects that are best combined or added to the existing portfolio of projects are those that have a negative risk. So in this example which we saw here, it is both these are negatively correlated, right? When this is up, this is down. When this is down, this is up. So they are like negatively correlated. So what you can do is you can combine both these together and create a kind of a new kind of a income stream. Okay, so you can apply this concept in products, investment of shares, projects, okay, and even customer base. So you can apply it in a variety of ways. So here it is being applied for shares. So the relation between the shares, we have taken three companies shares into account. The price of Bank of Baroda, SBI and ICICI, all of them are bank sectors. See, as they are bank sectors, they usually have the similar kind of a problem. So you might see here, the red is Bank of Baroda, blue is ICICI, okay, and SBI is the orange one. So you might see all of them are going up and down in the same manner. So they have a high correlation between them. So you should not effectively buy these companies three shares and expect diversification. That's wrong. You can expect the diversification only when they are negatively correlated, like this. Okay, but is there a share like that when one goes up, another goes down? Yes, for example, you can have the price of gold and India's Nifty index. Okay, they are like negatively correlated. See, whenever gold price goes up, the shares price goes down. Okay, Nifty index goes down. Whenever gold price goes down, the Nifty index goes up. See how they are oppositely like related. Okay, so this is called as a negative correlation. So if you want to have an effective diversification, what you should do is you should 50% of your money in Nifty, 50% in gold. So thank you very much for watching this video. We'll meet in the next video. You can reach me at my website wowacademics.com, or you can also see my Quora answers. I am active in LinkedIn and in Facebook page. So you can visit at these places. If you just type Shyam Prasad and Wow Academics, you will get all these links in Google search itself. And if you like this video, give a like, share to your friends, and if you feel that any points we have missed in this video, you can post it. We will try to give an answer to you in the comment section itself, or we'll also create another video for you. So thank you for watching our video.